Hello, 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 and good morning. It is Monday. Where's my game? There's my game. Hello, it is Monday, new week. Let's make it a good one. Right? All of you who are already here. Oh, wow. Saima, hi, good morning. Kanininus, Father Sky, good morning. Hi, Shenanigans, back home from the weekend, I see. And Nathadrill is having a party already. There we go. And thank you for your 65 streak. Much appreciated. The stream okay? Yeah, why shouldn't it? I don't see anything wrong with it. Everything is as it should be. The stream hang for 3 seconds? Not on my side, it didn't. On my side, it was all good. No dropped frames, no skipped frames, no nothing. That must have been a Twitch glitch. Interesting. Interesting. Twitchy witchy? Yeah, I don't know. I have two skipped frames. Two. I don't think anyone can see two skipped frames. No. So I don't know what's going on. But thank you for pointing it out. Good to know that when something is glitching here, we know what's happening. Level 25. Yes, on our way to 26. That's the goal, at least. Hi, Grim Rider. Yes, I put that in last week. I want to say Wednesday or Thursday. I'm not quite sure. I think it could have been Thursday. Yep. Hi, Grokax. Good morning. And Saima was complaining that the sign covered the minimap and the debuffs. So I tried to move it. That froze the PC. So now it's hanging in the middle. Yes. I think it plops a little bit more into the ice. Than the one that was in the lower right corner. So you can see it even better. Looks really good. Thank you. Thank you. Glad that you like it. How do I play this game again? After 2 days of Graveyard Keeper. There we go. Okay. And yesterday, I made an executive decision, and I hope that you're okay with it. After Graveyard Keeper, which we are finishing today, meaning tomorrow, we are starting Subnautica 2 Early Access. I can't wait. I want to see that game in action. Yes, I am very much looking forward to that. So, Aphelion has been pushed a little bit back because we are going after Subnautica 2 Early Access before that. No, I don't think so. I think he will understand. And it's not that I don't play it at all, it's just getting pushed a little, you know? See, there he is. Still in the stream, still wiggling, so it can't be that bad. You know, streamer's prerogative and stuff. A bit nervous? You shouldn't have read reviews about FedEx. The thing about reviews is that they are always highly subjective. Highly subjective. Someone had a bad day, needed to lash out at someone, and FedEx arrived 2 seconds too late. All of a sudden, FedEx is the worst delivery service ever. You know, that... Exactly. Reviews are always situational and subjective. They always give back the moment of somebody's opinion. I'm always super careful when it comes to reviews. Back to sleep. Have a good sleep, Father Sky. Thank you for stopping by. Sleep well. And see you later somewhere. Phoenix sir, good morning. 4:20. Ooh, I see. Oh, come on, guys. Posty is for you the worst because it is the biggest. See, UPS is worse. Phoenix says Phoenix says Posty is worse. Simon said UPS is worse. Point proven. Thank you. Point completely proven. Posty is actually the same as the German Post. Yeah. Packages and letters. Like Post and DHL. Yeah. Same thing. Although we do have DHL here as well. Covered undercover in some other things, but yeah. Grim Rider, see what I mean? Within 5 minutes, 3 different opinions on the same thing. So, But Phoenixer, thank you for your 420 streak. My lord. And Canininus with the 85. And Bazakhan with 105. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I can see that point. If you don't like waiting and all, and then having to wait for like within a 4-hour window. Yeah, I can see that point. Mm-hmm. Okay, we need 3 more of the fan creepers. Are there any here? Are there? Doesn't look that way. I think the 3 of you can argue until your face turns purple and will not come to a conclusion. Okay, 2 more of the creepers. Oh, there you are. And only 1 more. Drive safe, Caninos. Not like yesterday. Drive safe. You will try not to. Okay. Okay, that's good. Nothing here. Right.
Ah, potential customer! Hurry back!
Okay. I quickly need to go to the kitchen because there's some ruckus going on. I'll be back in a second. Okay, turned out it was the refrigerator. All good, all good. I'm hoping to go for a morning walk. Alright. But now you rather stay home and wait? Yeah. That makes sense. I mean, you waited so long to be able to get that bike. Now a couple of hours shouldn't be a big problem. Right?
Congratulations.
Okay, now let's go up here and check for the fall of Gnomeregan. Yeah, I have to say I don't really care who delivers the stuff. I had good experiences with Schenker, I had bad ones with them. I had good experience with Frosty, I had bad ones. I had good experiences with Trans, I had bad ones. As long as the stuff that I ordered and paid for is delivered, that's what's important to me.
What brave adventurer sends word from Menethil? Ah, adventurer they call you. You bring hope to a hopeless situation. It's good news indeed that young Harlow survived. While fleeing, he received a grievous wound. We had but little time to send him on his way on the back of the only surviving steed with the regiment. But now we face a perilous situation. Dunmodder has fallen, and we are but a shadow of the great regiment we once were.
Yes, but a shadow of what you were. Exactly. Just that. How... What level range did we have in Arati again? Well, I suppose we're going to find out soon. Can I have a mob for reference, please? Just one? Aren't here usually mobs running around? There you go. Oh. Well, that's all I need to know. Hey, bye, thanks.
Fluid intake immediately.
I will do that. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, that reminds me. Bazahoun, Kaninino said that you were going to be upset when I said earlier that Aphelion is going to be pushed back a little bit because we are finishing Graveyard Keeper today, and tomorrow we are going to start Subnautica 2, the early access. And I said, now, you will understand Dreamer's prerogative and stuff. So, there's that. Oh no, we need to go to Rethia. Right. Right. Yeah. I believe you were sitting on your hands and biting into the dusk, not to spoil anything. Yeah. You know, I really want to take a look at Subnautica 2. I'm a fan of the Subnautica games. I played the first one several times. Below Zero was okay, but it fit. Not the biggest fan, but it's a good game still. So I really want to see what they did after with the second one, especially after all that ruckus that was going on.
This land is soothed by your efforts, and for this I will grant you a boon.
26. Well, it does look like this now. Right? Not our current, but from tomorrow our current will be Subnautica 2, the early access. Then we're going to Aphelion. Aphelion is not that long from what I understood. Not a super long game. And I am still trying to to have a chat with myself. Thank you. If I well, we do have to have a KCD run for 1 and 2, Kingdom Come Deliverance. And those two are massive. Massive. But I would also like to have a run of Baldur's Gate 3. Also massive. So I need to have a chat with myself what actually makes the most sense after Aphelion. Okay, let's see with the wall banners here. Let's see what we can do with them. Yeah, sending packages from here somewhere else is freaking expensive. That's why when Little Mom is here, we always book her the flight because she has... hold on. Oh, hold on. There is nobody there. You can't talk to anybody there. Anyway, when she is here, she always buys stuff that she can't get in Germany and that she really enjoys from here. So usually we would make a package and send it to her, but this year I actually said to Rampo, you know what? How about we don't tell her, because she always keeps the stuff that she buys on the down low because of package prices. How about this year, at the end of the trip, I'm going to book her an extra luggage. And I still think that the extra luggage, which is like 32 euros, is still cheaper than sending a package. And she then has 23 kilos of what she can use. Oh yeah, mage trainer. That's an option. Let's go see. It's not long, but after playing mixtape, the measurement has changed a bit. Yeah, I believe you, Wazahan. I believe you.
I'm a no mage trainer, and you're a mage.
The coincidence is canning. Oh, Omi! Omi, you need to send us some money! $500 from Hong Kong, next business day. Fair. That should cost a little bit extra, but still, the pack. I should take the money also from the post box. But still, sending packages is no fun, not at all. So, booking her the extra luggage will be cheaper. Cheaper for more. It's like a letter.
Greetings, I'm a no mage trainer, and you're a mage. Goodbye now.
Goodbye now. Okay, that was Frosty. Okay, better Frost Nova and... Oh, wrong 5. There we go. Perfect. What do you have?
I'm a no mage trainer, and you're a mage.
High Sorcerer Andromath wishes to speak with you, adventurer. He is at the top of the Wizard's Sanctum, in the Mages District of Stormwind. It would be wise to speak with him, for Andromath is one of the most powerful mages, not locked away in Dalaran. Counsel with him is high counsel indeed.
Interesting. Very well then.
Yeah, I think that I don't want to use those. Well, I know that I don't want to use those. And I'm actually not a huge fan of Cone. Where art thou? Here.
Greetings, adventurer. I'm pleased to see you and hope you have time to listen to an old man's words. Long ago, 3 mages studied in this tower until one fell to the dark arts. He was urged to turn away from that evil magic, but he could not resist, and so he was banished. The fallen mage's new domain is the Tower of Ilgalar in Redridge, and he took with him a powerful book, Ur's Treatise on Shadow Magic. We, the mages of Stormwind, would have that book returned. Enter the Tower of Ilgalar, find the tome in his library, and bring it to me.
Isn't that the tower where the orcs are? Tower of Evil! Yes! The weekend trip was basically because you didn't want to risk shipping the PC. Okay. Plus you had to pick up another one anyway, so it would worth the cost. A change of scenery never hurts. That is true, and it is a nice start into the vacation.
Need help?
No, I think he went by car. So no airports were involved, I think. That would be weird. Because Wasserhound said something about 1,000 kilometers. And you know, that's practically the distance from the Murky to the next city. Maybe by bike. Maybe. Maybe. Who knows? Wait, hold on. That's the tower down here. Or is it? Is it this one or is it the one here with the murlocs? With the murlocs, with the gnolls. Anyway. Anyway. $550? That's a good amount. Nice amount of driving. Yep, exactly, Phoenixer. Exactly. Exactly. You blink. Didn't work. Still at the same spot. Nope. You all be patient, and the more you push it, the less I will do it. You know how this works. No, it's not reverse psychology. It is called being petty. Yep, and and not going to be pushed. You learned from Doctor Who that you shouldn't blink. Ah, okay. I wouldn't know. I never watched Doctor Who. Now we still need to make 5 skill points with wool. That's like 2 stacks of wool. But as I said, I'm not going to farm with her, like, where I have to kill things. So we have to get that naturally somehow, or I'm going to buy it in the auction house. However, the prices in the auction house for wool were ridiculous this weekend. And I don't just want to throw the gold away, because we need it for level 40. Right? And slaughters, not much. I don't know what that means. The silk bags have 10 slots, yes. But I can't make them yet because, as I said, I need the 5 skill points in wool first. Hi to the Lurker Lounge. Murky people are arriving. The amount of big boy beamers and Teslas that are driving down this road the last couple of days is immense. Yeah, we are on a gravel road. not on an asphalt road. And our neighbors, the elderly couple, you know, the ones that are in their 80s, they put up signs for kids playing 2 years back, I think. Which is kind of funny, because their eldest or their youngest grandkid, I think, is like 15 or something. So that's actually quite fun, and they are there for a weekend. Anyway, they put up the signs, and usually they drive by quite slowish. Yeah. Most of the people who live here don't obey the speed limit. And just a few days ago we got a new layer of gravel. So I suppose they don't want the rocks to fly up and scratch their cute little paint job on their big ass beamer. Not anymore on the main road, and I don't think that on our road it ever was. At least not in the 5 years that I'm living here. But yeah, the people who live here don't usually go the speed limit.
Congratulations.
Oh, that's fun. Ah.
The situation is severe, that much is for sure. When we uncovered these bones, it attracted the raptors. These filthy beasts killed my brethren and trapped me. Merrin and the poor prospector up here helped clear the wetlands of these raptors, adventurer. Mottled raptors and mottled screechers are just west of the bluff there. Kill 10 of each if you can. That will be a good start to the vengeance I have planned for them. Just before the invasion, I uncovered a large tablet called the Goaz Stone. The translated text breaks off in 4 places. The text speaks of a divine plan and a doomed prophecy. I fear we are running out of time. I'm too old to go down and brave those beasts, but you are strong. Scour the excavation site and uncover the 4 missing tablet fragments. Eidos, Moda, Golm, and Neru. Search for them in ancient artifacts or where the soil is loose. Bring them to me so I can begin unlocking the mystery.
Speed limit, that round side with a number everybody ignores, right? Yeah, and interestingly enough, the bigger the car, the more often I suppose they are told that it doesn't go per car, but per tire. Hi LJ. Yeah, it's a voice mod. It is. Yep. You can get it over Curseforge, and it is called voiceover. Truck drivers have only X amount of time per day. That is true. That is true. Now, usually people do drive within an acceptable amount here. Usually. You have the occasional ignorer of everything. But yeah, the big boys with their big boy cars don't want any scratches or too much dust on the cars or anything like that. So they drive accordingly. Let's call it like that. Oh, you're welcome, LJ. You're welcome. Every morning at this time, for about 3 hours, we are having a WoW Classic going on. Every single morning. It's called a segment called Breakfast in Azeroth. Monday to Friday. With how much electric cars weighs? Well, honestly, that's not my problem. That's really not my problem. You want to have that kind of car in the area where you live? It is not up to everybody who's concerned about the area to accommodate for your wish. You know what I mean? And in the beginning, when I moved here, I was very confused at times, because in Germany also everything is asphalted, and if it doesn't have asphalt, then it is not a main road. And well, here it doesn't matter what kind of stuff is on the road. Everything can be a main road, theoretically. So you know fair well that when you are living somewhere, what the road's condition is. So if you want to have a car that doesn't go well with that, yeah, maybe not get that car then. Any porridge left over? I have a lot of porridge rice. I haven't made any porridge as of late. Do you need some? Yeah, exactly. Just like in SnowRunner. If it looks like there is a path, it usually is a road. Let's call it a main road. Yes. And yeah, as Phoenix has said, it is much cheaper to maintain the gravel road. Because each year we get a bill on what we have to pay for that year for the road maintaining and for the snow plowing and all of that. So yeah, I didn't want to have that hundreds of euros. Where could it be? That one? No. Well, we will see. Everyone has a super route for these kinds of roads. Well, let me put it this way. If your car is so low that you can feel if a stamp is actually stamped or not on a letter, then this road is not for your car. It's a disease, that's why it is orange. Let's see if it is somewhere over there. Or if we have to go up here. And there could be a rare. Doesn't look like it is there. Too small on the phone? Ah, okay. Okay. Well, it was a disease. Yes, not a curse, unfortunately. Hi, Khan. Hello, good morning. You are not coming in packs, are you? No, you're not. Good. Oh yeah, I'm doing fine, thank you. I'm doing very well, thank you for asking. I slept well, which was nice. Got some breakfast already. That is nice. Everything here is working as it should be. Making fine progress. Having a tasty tea. No, everything good, thank you. How about yourself? And don't say I'll survive. Sarl Tooth. But Sarl Tooth is level 29. That could hurt. And he is not a rare. Also, we have to go after him anyway. Maybe with the next quest. Okay. So, the last fragment has to be somewhere down here. So maybe it is over there somewhere. Only one way to find out. No. Of course you are. You are... Every year there are new ones. But I wouldn't know. I don't follow that anymore. Hey, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. Thank you. Appreciate it. Very kind. Thank you. That didn't work as I thought it would. Yeah, you know, I'm happy for you that you get new ships, but I don't follow along anymore. I don't know. The time has gone. Okay, let's see. Huh. Not here either. Interesting. Interesting. So there has to be either an old artifact or some loose soil that I overlooked. So scouring the excavation site again. Well, it gives us XP, so it's not the worst thing that can happen. I don't know. You come here. And some food. Get that. No soil here. Was it under here? And I just forgot to take a look there. Could have been. Maybe. We'll see. We will see. But first, I need to drink. I am thirsty. That's not it. That's not it. There's no loose soil under there. What? Hold on, is it way over there? Most likely. Oh. Hi to the Lurker Lounge. Good morning. Hello. And happy Monday to you too. Thank you, thank you. How are you before you return to the Lurker Lounge? Hope you had a good start into the week. Okay, I'm a little bit confused here, a little bit confuzzled. Where, oh where, could the last fragment be? It is not in those things. No loose soil. Check that. Mixing up all the buttons. Good. Okay, no loose soil under there. We checked that one. Well, it wasn't up there, because we checked there as well. Is it up here? I mean, every raptor that we are getting rid of is XP for us, so I'm not complaining. But it... Yeah, I was just there in the corner. I was just there. Because I thought, haha, sneaky, sneaky. Maybe you put it there. Turns out they didn't. So we have no soil here. I'm going to check up there if there is something. And the disease is back. Of course it is. Nope, not here either. That one, see, there is no indicator there. Nope. Well, going to check here again if we missed anything. Yeah, they do. They do. They really want to convey the feeling of being at an excavation site. And knowing that something is there, but really make you work for it. Mm-hmm. Classic move. Wrong Button. Well, at least I got his attention. Anything behind here? No. No. No loose soil here either. I'm sorry. I don't have time for you right now. Water raptor in sheep's clothing. Yep. Well, maybe it gets cold here, and raptor needs some more clothing. We don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of raptor physiology. Okay, same. Nothing here. That is so weird. Where? Oh, where could it be? What are you doing down here? Since when are you coming down? You go back to your place up there. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, I'm going back up that hill, this hill, to the quest giver, because I have the feeling that it might be there. You see, as in they make you work for it, just to tell you afterwards, ha ha, it was here all along, ha 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 ha. Just a last quick check here. I did look behind the tree. I circled the tree. Now, how am I supposed to go there?
Congratulations.
Well, found it. But that's sneaky, because how do you get there? You have to go through Sawtooth, hoping that he's not there, and then jump down here. And then jump down here. That's... Well, hooray for... what's the word? For Slowfall. Yeah, it was a little bit larger than a gnome. Little bit. Thank you. Okay, let's take care of these modeled creatures and the modeled raptors. I guess the hunter was just here. Yep, that is exactly what it means. Oh, great. Thank you for the lurk, Canininus. All good. Thank you, thank you. Okay. You're standing here so alone. Okay, we have 6 of you, but we have not one modeled screecher. Can I get a little respawn, please? There we go. Thank you! Yeah, sorry. There's no one around to help you. Because, you know, the respawn hasn't set in yet. Sorry. Maybe back here? Because you're usually standing here in packs of 3 to 4. See? Like that. Exactly like that. Just like that. Fantastic.
'Tis well. It is time to begin. Prepare yourselves. The battle will begin soon. 'Tis time to begin. 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 'Tis time
then next up is you. Yep. Yep. Oops. He went that away. That's true. Hi, Inkwell. Hello. Hello. How could you resist that? Haha, not that. You can scream all you want, there's nobody around anymore. I got rid of all your friends. Okay, we need 5 more screechers and 4 more raptors. Correction, 3 more raptors. No, there is a respawn. That is a tasty respawn. I like that respawn. Because first we take out the raptor. And we take out this raptor. Then we take a little bit mana back. And then we take care of you 4. You first. Very good, very good. Working as intended. Next. And with that, we only need 1. Very nice. You withstood my frost? What? dare you? Okay. The little blurb. No, I'm not from Finland. I moved here 5 years ago,
Congratulations.
but I am born and raised in Germany. Okay. You have a friend living in Germany right now? Where is he living, the friend? Or she? Where is the friend living? Let's ask that. Remember not to die? I will try. I will try, as always, as every day. And thanks for the lurk, Simon. Did you watch the short? You did. Oh, nice. Yeah, that was different. And now you go back to lurking. Thanks, Candininos. Thank you. One of the larger cities was at school and fell in love and decided to stay. No, one of the larger ones. Okay, what larger cities do we have? We have, of course, Berlin. We have Hamburg, Munich, Cologne, Hanover, Dortmund, Düsseldorf, Frankfurt, 2 of them. Heidelberg, Nuremberg, Stuttgart, Essen, Bonn, no, you don't have to go through so much trouble. That's alright. That's alright. Well, for me, it was the other way around. I, as I said, born and raised in Germany, did everything there, you know, everything that you're supposed to do, go to school and get some work and do all the things and, yeah. And then I met my boyfriend, Rampo, here on Twitch, actually, and, well, 6 years later, no, well, met him, and a year later, I moved here. And that is now 5 years ago. And that's the story of DieLuette coming to Finland. Berlin. Yeah, that is one of the bigger ones. If not actually kind of like next to Munich, the biggest. Mm-hmm. Most of the time when something like that happens, it is either in Berlin or in Munich or in Hamburg. You went to the Humboldt University. Yeah. That's the name. Nice. Very cool. Are you visiting? Like, is he coming back here with a partner, and are you going to Berlin, or?
Killing is a dirty business, but you did your job well, adventurer. If I weren't obligated to stay with the Prospector and Merrin, I'd be down there shedding blood right alongside you. Now it's time to really make those dreaded raptors regret their bloodthirst. Just down below, there are scores of mottled scythe claws and mottled razor maws. Make those rotten creatures pay by slaying 10 of each. Ah, the Goa Stone is complete. Fine work, adventurer, fine work indeed. Now I can continue with the delicate translation of this Titan script. I can make out new words already. It says here, old gods, chained beneath the land. This is the beginning of something epic.
You're welcome. Okay, and now we are actually going to have to eliminate the raptors that we were killing all along to get those fragments. Well, anyway, it's complicated. Yeah, I get that. I get that. It is. Well, my mom is still living in Germany, my sister is living in Switzerland, so we are all over the place. But my mom is coming to visit at the end of the month for 3.5 weeks, so that is actually quite nice, looking forward to that. Seeing her once a year. And she insists on coming up here. So that is nice. I'd love to visit Europe sometime. Live in America. I can see that that is a problem right now. Yeah, Europe is great. Europe is much much smaller to travel through. Much smaller to travel through. But very pretty countries. Nice culture. Almost everywhere really nice people. Tasty food. Yeah. I hope for you that you can do that one day. That it works out for you. Yeah, within a few hours, you can cross several countries here. Yep. The countries are way smaller, but as I said, nice people, nice landscapes, nice countrysides, nice cultures. I hope it works out for you. Lots of history, yeah. It's always funny to me when when I see the reaction or when I hear the reaction. When I tell someone who's from the States and when I tell them that the house that I had in Germany, where I was living in, my parents' house, that was later than mine, the house is 250 years old. It's always nice to see the reaction then, like, excuse me, what? Huh? Yes! Yes, it did! And it was not expensive to maintain. It was actually cheaper to maintain than paying rent. All things considered. That's what important. Well, at that time, it wasn't that important to me because at that time I didn't stream. I was more playing games and had a regular 9 to 5 job. Yet still, internet was decent. No complaints. Robbing New England. One of the oldest parts. Okay. Gorgeous house with lots of history. Most beautiful autumns. Nice. Are you still living there? Or did you move? And back then games weren't 100 plus giga. That too. Although, well, it wasn't regular. It was the exception. I remember getting Red Dead Redemption 2, and that took like 117. So that was like, what? How could they make games like that? That is what? Yeah. Nowadays it's like, oh look, it's only 95. You moved like a decade ago. Okay, okay. May I ask in where? Where to? You don't have to answer that if you don't want to. Are you still in the countryside or did you go to a city? City as in big city. Moved to California, lived there for a decade, and now you live in Indiana. And I can see that you are very happy with that. The enthusiasm and the downright joy is very, very visible, yes. How many more? We need 2 more razor moss, blue ones, and then 6 of the screechers, no scythe ones. Okay. How's it on? What's up? You're messing around with OBS plugins? Trying to get translated subtitles. Oh. And I suppose that's not working? Sounds pretty progressive, but state not so much. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I can see that. Well, I hope that your situation improves somehow. Be that by more progression, state-wise, or by actually another move to somewhere where it is easier. But now you're here, and as you mentioned so nicely, we don't bring up politics here. That's real life. We try to leave that out there for a couple of hours as long as the stream is online, right? Don't have to deal with that within a stream as well. This is for fun. Mm-hmm. And for actually, well, I suppose it is very early in the morning for you. Very early on. I have this WoW segment in the streams every morning. 4 AM, okay. I have this WoW segment every morning from Monday to Friday. From my time, 8, and then for about 3 hours. So it starts at 2 AM your time. Every morning. And then in the afternoon, 4 PM my time, which would then be, oh god, I can't math, 9 in the morning? We start the second segment where we have a story-rich game. 8 AM CET. Yes. And at 9 AM your... Oh, you mean Inkwell's time. Yeah, at 9 AM your time, we're starting the story game part, which is today Graveyard Keeper. We're finishing that one up, and then tomorrow starting with Subnautica 2. Woohoo! You should try to sleep. Not sure whether this counts as early as late. Wait, are you still awake since yesterday, Bazahon? No, you did sleep in between after the last nap, right? Right. You slept. Very well indeed. Okay, cool. Good. Good, good, good. You were in furniture mode. Yeah, you said something that you are turning into a chair. I'm not quite sure what that meant, but it sounded comfortable. Okay, we need one more scythe law. Just one more. Maybe on that side somewhere. Oh, I have no idea about Eurovision. I didn't watch. I don't care much about Eurovision, to be honest. Never have. It's like, oh yeah, it's an event. But I never really followed it. So I don't know. Maybe someone in the chat was. You got confused? Wasn't meant for you? Was the guy in California, 4 in the morning, wide awake, jet lag, doing its thing? What? Oh! Confusion! No, I was asking you, Buzzahound, if you have slept, because you said that you should try to sleep. So I thought, given that you came back from your vacation yesterday and are now raging because OBS plugins don't work the way that you want them to, that you haven't even slept. That's why I was asking. Confusion all the way! Woohoo! Back to normal. Oh, we have that as well. Well, not American Idol, but we have something like The Voice and Britain Got Talent. Don't know where they got that illusion from, but yeah, we have stuff like that as well. Things I also don't really follow because it's all this the same mass-produced, washed up. Let's do it over again and again and again in the same concept and again and again and again and hope something new will happen when we do it again and again and again and again. You are so in the right place for that then. Yes. Yes. Oh, Buzzahound, you're good. Don't you worry. What is going on with the plugins? What isn't working? Maybe Tech Guru Phoenixer has an idea. Sorry for offering you up to the Buzzahound. Whoopsie.
You did a bang-up job of clearing out those raptors, adventurer. While you were down there, I happened to notice that one of those beasts stood out from the rest. He was bigger and more menacing. I bet he's the one who led the others here to cause the disruption to the dig site. I ask of you now one final task, adventurer. See to it that Sarletooth is brought to justice. And considering the gravity of his crimes, justice in this case means death. Bring me one of his talons as proof of his death.
Okay. Sure. We are going to do that. Getting rid of Sarletooth. What bands do I like? Ooh, that is a good question. My all-time favorite is and will always be Slipknot. I'm a huge Slipknot fan. I also listen occasionally still to Cannibal Corpse, even though not as much as I used to. What I also like very much is Powerwolf, some German support here. And I like Avatar. I like Alien Weaponry. I do also like Nightwish. Some melodic to mix it up a little bit. Yeah. Jim Carrey's favorite band is Cannibal Corpse? Really? I didn't know that. I did not know that. I saw them live once in Wacken. Went there several years. And I saw them once live, and that was that was an experience. After that, I was like, you know what? I want to listen to that a little bit more. Just a little bit. What else do they have to offer? Yeah, I can't really pin it down to one band only. And it's not like, oh, I like that album, therefore I like that band. It's like, oh hey, I like the song that they made. Wait, they have an album? Well, I can listen to that, but you know what I mean? It's a little nitpicky, but when I like a song, I listen to the song, and that could be the only song that I ever listened to from that band. Actually, not much. What I have been listening to a lot lately, well, a lot in quotation marks, is Avatar and Powerwolf and Static X. Because I saw a live stream of their concert, and I haven't listened to them before, and I watched the live stream of the concert, and I said, that is pretty much yes. I want to listen to that. I want to listen to that. Well, yes. give me more. The soundtrack for the trip was Arc Enemy, okay. Amon Amarth, Gojira, Ghost. Yes, please. Yes, please. Amon Amarth are always fun. They really know how to have fun with the crowd. Gojira is just so good. Dude, let me do my thing here, leave me alone. Worship was the first song that got you into metal? Nice, nice. For me, the switch was... or there was a switch when I was younger. I grew up... My sister is 7 years older than I am. And she listened a lot to Bruce Springsteen, to The Police, The Pogues. You know, rock like that. And that's what I grew up with. And I liked it. And I started to listen to Guns N' Roses, got my first 80s stuff. Yeah, I'm old. Listened to Guns N' Roses, got my first Use Your Illusion 1 and 2, and that got me hooked. That got me completely hooked. And then I switched to... listened a lot to Metallica at that time, and then I was hooked. Then I was completely hooked. Listen to different genres, different bands, and pretty much figured out that I'm not just on one genre of metal. It's I like a song, I hear it. I like a song, I listen to it. Yeah. It could be used as a headbanging head mode. It could be. It could be. I think if we were to have a headbanging emote, it would look kind of similar, so I think it could be used as both. Yeah. What I am thinking about, however, is getting an emote, a thinking emote. You know, like a mix between the people think and this one. Hold on, can I see the people? No. Not from here. Well, between the people thinking and this one. That might be a good idea. I think I want to do that. But that is going to have to be next month. This month we already got 4 new ones. Need to pipe down a bit, you know? Hey, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Guns N' Roses, Metallica, Iron Maiden, Motorhead, Megadeth, other kinds of sound. Yeah, yeah. Hey, I came all the way up here. Are you telling me that you are roaming down there again? Where are you, you bugger? Okay, I am going to wait right here for your return. Ah. Anthrax released new single? Guess it's time to put it in the queue. How many songs do you have in that queue? Well, not how many songs. How long is that queue? Nah, he has to come back at some point. He has to come back at some point. I don't know if the hunter was here. No, he can't be here because there was respawn already. I don't know. I don't know. He's going to come back up here and we will be waiting and waiting and waiting and letting him know what we think of this. It's 145 hours around. 1,931 songs. Jeez. Good lord. Do you have it then? Because that is a very long playlist and a very big playlist. Do you have it then sometimes that when a song starts or when a song plays, you're like, huh, I don't remember putting that in there. The playlist is now is 106? Okay. 1587 songs. Like to purge it every now and then. Like completely or just getting rid of some songs where it's like, ah yeah, you know what, I've listened to you long enough. Songs you don't like it much anymore. Okay, well that makes sense. That makes sense. I suppose he's roaming somewhere there. Not really. I sometimes go through A to Z, picking one song from each letter. I also sometimes pick specific album to listen to. Just play it in order of sorted differently. Alright, alright. I don't even know if I know almost 2,000 songs. Hmm. 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 Fine. We're going back down here, trying to find you. Something. What? Sometimes play from the beginning, but sort of song length. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, and then you have an album like from Winterzorg. And all of a sudden, the longest, the longest song is then like 45 minutes. 3 songs of an album, 2 hours done. Perfect. That looks better. I don't like you doing that, so stop it.
Congratulations.
That was way too easy. That dude was 3 levels above us. That was way too easy. You have to go? Alright. Please remember not to die. I try. I will try not to. Well, not to die, that is. Yeah, the mage in the right hands might be overpowered. For me, it's still like, oh, look at that. What a surprise. Anyway, I will try not to die. Yeah, I don't want to start over. No. No, I'm good, thanks. Thank you for being here, Saima. I see you later.
Talk to me. Thank you, adventurer. Your efforts here will not be forgotten. Many innocent dwarves died at this site, simply doing their jobs. The vengeance you delivered to those evil creatures should make them think twice before attacking King Magni's subjects ever again.
Right? I'd say. Perfect. Ooh, and now we can fill that up. Nice. Like to make a list of your top 10 or top 20 favorite songs? Conversational piece? True. Recently made a top 100 list. Nice. Contrary to common belief, even though I am German and I do like lists, I don't have a favorite list. Hey, thank you, LJ. Is it okay if I call you LJ? There are so many letters and numbers. I hope that's alright. They have fun to make? I can see the fun in that. Yes, yes, lists are fun. True. By the way, I have to say that, otherwise they take my passport away. But I I don't do them for music though. What? What do you want? Leave me alone. One day you have to fix that name. Good luck with that. Hey, Ghosty! Hello, my dear. How are you doing? Thank you for bringing your folks over. Check, you're it. Okay. Thank you. If you haven't followed Ghosty, I can highly recommend that you do. Ghosty is not only one of my former teammates, but also a very fun dude to hang out with. Plays, again, a lot of Eve, but we won't hold that against him. No, he's just a fine dude. So, do throw a follow. How's the hardcore run? We are level 27! Yeah, we just turned 27. That means now officially this character is the oldest in my hardcore run. Yeah. So it's going good. It's going really good. Thank you. What were you up to? How are you doing? Hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. The drops are finally over. Gotta play other games this week? Nice, nice. What are you going to play? We're going to finish Graveyard Keeper today and start with the Subnautica 2 Early Access tomorrow afternoon. And I am stoked about that. I am very much looking forward to that. Rebuilding the UIs, okay, alright. Oh, nice. Yeah, I finished that a couple of weeks ago. Completely. Yeah, that's a fun one. That's really a fun one. Yeah, I differentiate those two. I completely differentiate those two. I don't have the books. It's... yeah, just tear the two of them apart, the game from the rest, and just enjoy the game.
Help you find something? Go with honor, friend.
There. Okay. What kind of team were you? We were both part of a team called Common Nonsense, and it was an Eve Central team. A stream team, yes. But since I broke away from that game, I also ended it with a team. Ended it on good terms. Still talking to a few members. You know, life. Life happened. Yeah, you not so much, I know. I know, you said so. But exactly. Life goes on.
What's on your mind?
Well fought, adventurer. The Dragonmaws are not the same threat they were when they had dragons, but they're still fierce opponents. The Dragonmaws are led by Necrosh, son of Necros, who was the former head of the Dragonmaws years ago. Necros used powerful magic to tame the red dragons, but when that magic failed him, the dragons were not happy. Necros was killed, and his son has vowed revenge against the dragons who slew his father. While you were fighting the Dragonmaws, we discovered more of their plans. Necrosh has built catapults and aims to lay siege to Menethil. And with the fighting in Dunalgaz, we're effectively blocked from reinforcements. You need to take out those catapults. catapults. They're in the Dragonmore encampment. Here, take this tinder. Fight your way to the catapults and light them with the tinder. And after you've done that, find and kill Nekrosh. We need to cut this Dragonmore beast down at its neck.
Okay, relax. Relax, my dude. Kill the catapult. Yeah. Hi, Sini. Hello. Things are better now? Well, you know, it was a phase. It was a phase. And the phase is over. I was playing different games, story-rich games before that. Then came the E phase, and after that, back to the story-rich games. So it's all good. The era is done. I'm done with it. I'm having fun, and that's what's important. I don't delve in retail anymore, to be honest. I played WoW since beta. There was a short time in the closed beta, and a very short time in the alpha, but I got in for a little bit in the closed beta and then the open beta, and I played it practically since then. There is a couple of months where I wasn't subscribed to Blizzard or to Activision or Battle.net or whoever runs the show there now. But I grew up with this in the game, and I really enjoy this part. Retail for me is too much of everything is happening at the same time all the time. You know, you can't really walk like 20 meters without some quest is plopping up or some other thing is plopping up, and that is just, that's, for me it is too much. I don't like that. I don't want to have that. And that's why, exactly, a lot of stuff happened, and that's why I dabbled in Battle for Azeroth. I got Shadowlands and Dragonflight, but I never really played them. And I didn't even get Midnight. But that's okay, because we have Nathadrill, and Nathadrill is polishing the Sunwell very well. Yeah. So, when they first announced that they are going to go back and release Classic, I was like, oh my lord, yes please.
Travelers keep asking
I
about the Stone
want
Tower
that.
Mountain.
I
Seems to be a
want
popular place
that.
for adventure.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if you're seeking wyvern, elementals, or you have
Oh, no,
business with the
it's still
venture
Stone
company
Talon.
within the
Ugh,
Charred
go
Vale,
away.
deep.
I still don't want to go to Stone Talon. You know, I play WoW. I played Lord of the Rings online for the longest time. And I still at some point are going back to it every time. But WoW Classic and Lord of the Rings Online are both my comfy games. Same with Red Dead Redemption 2. They are my real comfy games. It just feels right.
Light best deals in all of Stormwind, my friend. Won't find any better. Now, what can I help you with?
You can't.
Best deals
I don't
in all
know.
of Stormwind,
Can you
my
help
friend.
me? Do you
Won't
have
find
hot
any
spices?
better.
You do.
Now, what can I help you
Oh
with?
wait, I have hot spices in the bank. Forget what I said. You can't help me at all. Go away. You went back during Dragonflight after a long break. Got to max level and was completely lost. Yeah. I hear that a lot actually. I hear that a lot. You go to her. Yeah, but we don't talk about that anymore, Snufkin.
Welcome to the Bank of Stormwind. We offer financial accounts and safety deposit boxes for valuable items. Do you already have an account with us, ma'am? Be careful.
We don't talk about that anymore. That's just done. The era is over. Mm-hmm. Did I play Season of Discovery? No. That that was some weird things that they pulled out of the rabbit's head there. Oh, not the rabbit's head. That they pulled the rabbit out of the head there. That was no.
Won't find any better. Now, what can I help you with?
No, thank you. It was super fun? Really? Okay.
Farewell.
Farewell. Maybe it's just me, but I found that very weird. There was a lot of weirdness going on. I need either a bonfire or an oven. There's also talk about different versions of Classic, where they used to base, but still evolve games like old school RuneScape. Would be Classic, another version of Classic, which evolves. Yeah, but isn't... Wait, there's also talk about different versions of Classic. What do you mean, different versions of Classic? There are different versions of Classic. What I would like for them to have, to be honest, is a version of... You have vanilla, and then have basically every expansion, but as a standalone. So you can choose if you want to play vanilla only, or if you want to play Burning Crusade only, or if you want to have Wrath of the Lich King only, and you know, not progressing like they're doing now with Mist of Pandaria, but actually having it that you can play each expansion as a standalone, and including that in the subscription. That would be awesome. I would be over the moon with that. Oh, no, hold on. Damn it, I need to go. We need to go. Not ending the stream. Oh god, that sounded horrible. No, we need to go to oh god, Astrana. Oh boy, that's going to be fun. Astrana, and then the Silver Wing Refuge, so I can get the cookbook. How much money do I need for that cookbook? Meaning that they can add new stuff into Classic and not be locked to what they had. I hope they don't do that. I hope they don't do that. Yeah, Classic Plus, LJ, yeah. Add new stuff into Classic. Hmm. They say a gold. A gold? What am I, made of money? Ugh. Now that's going to be a journey. Everyone up for a trip? This is going to take a while. Okay. Minute deal first. Like old school RuneScape is based in game as it was 2007, but they started adding new skills, bosses, gear, etc. Aha, okay. Well, I suppose it's another version of Classic then.
How are you? What's your back?
But yeah, what I would really like would be every expansion as a standalone. That would be way cool. I would very much like that. Not like it is in retail, but yeah, actually having the expansions the way that they were. And then they can add this Classic Plus stuff if they want to. Now, what do we need to make that happen? Hooray for hiding! Where are you hiding? When is BlizzCon? In September, okay. Well, going to keep an eye on that. The thing is that we're going to do here is we bring Chelsea to level 60. I'm not starting over. There will be no name starting with a D with this. We bring her to level 60. Then we're having a run on Burning Crusade, which will be a Horde run to mix it up again. And it will be an undead. I don't know what class yet, but it will be an undead. And when that's done, then we're coming back and finishing our hunter, bringing her to level 60 in hardcore. Yes, so that should take us to the end of the year, I suppose. You're standing by the broken scale, trying to figure out the portable scale works. Oh yeah, figuratively speaking. Yeah. It's always good to read the manuals very properly. Yeah. That's always a good thing. You know, going back and forth in the manuals to make sure you didn't miss anything, it's very important and imperative. Yes. Yeah, exactly. 1 gold, 5 silver, and 20... Although, that is the price in Desolats. I think in the Silver Wing Refuge, it's only, in quotation marks, a gold. Now, if only if you had a manual. Even better! You have to write it. Write your own manual. There you go. That shouldn't take longer than up until 6 tonight, right? Or look it up online. There you go. And for that, you have to sit down and do it at the laptop. You're such a smarty pan today. Look at you, Canininus. All smart and stuff. You are. Pat yourself on the shoulder and say, I'm smart. Lute said so. Poor R2-D2 is going to be tossed around again. Poor R2-D2. All right. Going to Astrana, not where I wanted to be, because last time we died in Eschenvale. Thanks to the Murlocs. Not happy about that, but actually not the worst thing to get the flight point in Astrana. Yeah. Not the worst thing that could happen there. No, I'm not on a PvP server. I'm on a hardcore server. There are 3 dedicated hardcore servers, and I'm on one of them. And unfortunately, since we died twice, we don't have this little button up here that says never died on this realm. But we have that one with our hunter, because she's on another server. Nah, I'm not a huge fan of PvP servers. I like the PvE ones, because I like PvP to be... Well, for lack of a better word, I like PvP to be contained in certain areas. Actually, where I can decide actively that I want to do PvP, like in the arenas or the battlegrounds and stuff. That's where I would like... Or that's where I like to have the option for me to opt in, and again to opt out. I don't want to be in constant looking around and no. Yeah, if you that's what I heard, that if you are in war mode, you are practically in non-stop PvP mode. And hey, I mean, it's nothing wrong with that. If that is your jam, go for it. Enjoy. I hope you have a ton of fun. It's just not for me. So, LJ, are you convinced yet to go back to Classic? There aren't PvP and PvE servers anymore because of War Mod, just Realm and RP servers. Yeah, alright. If there's a war mode, there should also be pet every cat you can. This is not Crimson Desert. You should play Crimson Desert actually, Sini. You can run around with your cat. You can pick up the cat, cuddle it, run around with it. Mm-hmm. Seen videos about that? There you go. You were on a PvP server in Classic until an Alliance raid ran over you. Wow, Stampede! It wasn't so much fun. Yeah, I believe that. I can see that. I was once on a PvP server. With a whole bunch of friends. On a horde side. But I think my oldest character got to level 20 and then it was like, oh god, this is paranoid. Behind every bush and something, it's like somebody is there, somebody is lurking. Nah. No, that took away a lot of fun for me. 2 hours until the Swedish exam. Oh. Should start studying soon. Ah, Phoenixer, don't overdo it. Just start like 10 minutes before. As per usual. No need to overdo it. Thinking either Burning Crusade? Yeah. Or see if a Wrath of the Lich King Classic server comes out. I don't believe that they are going to do that. It would be awesome, but I don't think that they are going to do that because they have TBC because of the TBC is such a weird abbreviation. They have Burning Crusade because of the anniversary. And other than that, they have the classic servers with Mist of Pandaria now. But it would be cool. It would be very cool. But I don't think that they're going to do this. Two hours to work? There will be food stuff and a bus rate? Oh. Well, 2 hours isn't too long. That should be fine. Wrath of the Lich King... Is it next year? Or is it in 2 years? I don't remember when they started handing out expansions every year. I think it is 2 years, but I don't know. I have to look that up. I would say 28. I think they had 2 years in between. But well, back then in quotations, I think they had 2 years in between. What's the difference between the anniversary servers and the normal classic servers? If I remember correctly, the anniversary servers are hardcore PvP? But you can also have it in the normal PvE mode. You have several different options with the anniversary versions. Yeah, that's true, LJ. That's true. I agree with that. And that's one of the reasons why for me classic is much more fun, because everything that you do feels more earned, right? Because you can it takes a long time to do things. You can't just rush through it. Well, you can, but usually you can't just rush through these things. Classic was a marathon, a real marathon. And that's what's the fun part for me. I'm not a huge fan of rushing through everything. I guess it's an age thing. I think so. Don't know how you can play classic without your WoW house. Just think of it as a vacation. Yeah, Phoenixa, I know. We two couldn't be any more different when it comes to gameplay. we are on opposite sides of the spectrum on that case. Yeah. But that's alright. Isn't it wonderful in the gaming world? Isn't it great that there is something for everyone? I think that's perfect. Actually, LJ, I hear that a lot. I hear that a lot. When people create their WoW characters, that they actually have to know everything about that character before starting. Yeah, I hear that a lot. It should be somewhere here. You admit you would like housing? I have to say, I did that with the housing so much in Lord of the Rings Online and in Star Wars: The Old Republic. That really doesn't grab me as much anymore. You know what I mean? Than the normal houses in Lord of the Rings Online, the guild houses, the more expensive houses, through the expansions, and, well, in Star Wars, the Old Republic, when you could start having your own house and build it there and stuff. I really enjoyed that, yes. I don't need it in every game anymore. We're playing something else already? You really tried to go with the full speed mentality. Well, keep in mind that you are also working and you still have a little bit of studying to do. Right? Even though you don't, but you still have a little bit of studying to do. Oh, look at that. A pattern for us. Play on Moonguard. And you're all about the backstories. Oh, I see, I see.
What brings you here?
Expert cookbook. There we go. Yay!
Be careful.
Made it! Very good. Very, very good. The only other real MMO experience is EverQuest 1. I played EverQuest 1 not for long. Not for long. In fact, only just for a couple of weeks, actually, because then the email came with a confirmation about the beta of WoW. So, question. We are now in Ashenvale, right? And we have the chance to somehow, through here, make it down past everything and go to Ratchet. Shall we do that and get the point in Ratchet? Or do we just now go back? Because I don't know what the patrols were down here. I know if we can slide through, but I'm not quite sure how that went. Well, let's get closer, and if not, then I just beam us back to either Ironforge or Stormwind. One or the other. It's an old school way of playing MMOs. It is. The grind is real. It is fun, nonetheless. But the grind is real. EverQuest 1 teaches you patience. And it teaches you to play without maps. Yes. That is true. That is true. Thanks for the follow sub on YouTube. It is so weird to say sub on YouTube. But thanks for following on YouTube. Thank you. Appreciate it. Very nice of you. Well, there is only one way to find out. I do have a YouTube. I do. Yes, doing both simultaneously. Thanks. Very nice. Yeah, over there you have all the playlists of all the games. Everything. YouTube! Yeah. Yeah. Doing it all. Trying to become, or trying to grow on both sides. That sounded weird, you know what I mean. On both channels. There we go. Yes. Over there, it goes to the logging camp. So we are not going to go there. Here, there, that's what I meant. There's the official walkthrough, the official gate, where we would most likely be killed immediately. But I believe it was here possible. There we go. Yeah, and now we just have to, just in quotation marks, now we just have to make our way away from everything that looks remotely Horde and go into Wretched. Yeah. Am I feeling good about this? No. Am I nervous? Yeah. Do I want this character to die? No. Yeah, we're being like the hobbits. Stay off the roads. Music bring back memories? Yeah, it does. It does, especially considering that before we started with the hardcore run, we finished a Mist of Pandaria run with a Tauren Druid. So not only this music, but also the very soothing and nice Mulgore music all the time. Yeah, because I like switching it up with the runs that we do. We are staying in Classic in the morning. Battle in not battle, that is not true. Breakfast in Azeroth. We're staying in the Classic era, but switching it up from run to run. One run is Alliance, the next one is Horde, and then back to Alliance, and then back to Horde, and you know, show all sides, not just one. I think I want to go that way. It's bad for the health. It is. It is. Thank you for the reminder, Panininos. Much appreciated. Always happy to help. Much obliged, much obliged. Okay. Ratchet is neutral, right? Yeah. It has to, otherwise the Alliance would never be able to go into Ratzoven Downs and Kral and stuff. Yeah, yeah. So we go to Ratchet, get the flight point, get on the boat, go to Booty Bay, get the flight point there, and with that we should actually be able to fly back to Duskwood. Buy a parrot? I have a parrot. I have the green wing macaw. Macaw! Macaw! And it's very hectic. What do you want? Go away. I actually bought it from the auction house in Stormwind for the horrendous price of 15 silver. Yes, you can. You have two different variations that you can do in hardcore. You can either be self-found, that's what we do with the hunter. That means you can't trade with anyone and you can't use the auction house. So everything that you do is for yourself or just for selling it to vendors. And then you can use the auction house, which is what we're doing with her. Having a bank character and all that in case she dies, so the next character already has some money, some bags and all that, has a little bit easier start. But yeah, you can have both versions. And if you are self-found, meaning if you don't use any...
What's up? Glad I could help.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me.
If you don't use any...
Keep it real.
Any players or auction house, and you do use it once, then the self-found is done, is gone. You're no longer allowed to use it then. You have to start... You would have to start a new character to be able to do that again. That was way more complicated than I thought it would be. Oh, that is not a cooking fire. Oh, well, okay, fine. Let me wait. Thank you for all the follows on YouTube. That is super kind of you. Thank you. So, yeah. Either self-found, use the auction house and the self-found is done, or just use it from the get-go. Both is valid. Yeah. There is an inn, I know. But I just wait here now for the boat to come back and that we can go to Booty Bay and get the flight point there, and then we fly back to Duskwood. Or maybe even to to Redbridge. Because now we can do some quests there as well. That should be good. I mean, while we're here, while not opening up a few flight points. The ones that we're going to need anyway, sooner or later. It's nice to have them there already. And we made 2 levels today, so all good. Yeah, Redridge unfortunately has so many casters. And Murlocs. But mostly the casters. The little whelps. The Gnoll Mystics. The elite orcs. Yeah, it's different. It's different. But we still can do a few quests there. It's rough. Yes. We can do a few there. We left Redridge with level... I don't know. 20? I think it was 20 when we left and went to Duskwood. Okay, I could go for a boat, you know? What level to Stranglethorn? I think I start Stranglethorn with like 31, 32. I think. I don't want to go there yet. That's a little bit too early. And we still have a few quests that we can do in Duskwood and then in Redridge and then back to the wetlands and do some quests there. I think I want to do just that first. And then, yeah, 30, 31, 32 maybe. Then going to Stranglethorn. To the northern part of it, yeah. As I said, we had 2 mages before her. There you go. I started the run as the hunter, and then that happened. And then I thought it would be a fun idea to give her names according to gemstones, and make her hair color in the same color as the gemstone. So we had Emby first, and then after that we had Borny. Hold on. This. Just a second. Oh, they took Borny away. That is very sad. Why did they do that? So, there. And they took Borny away, so I don't remember what we had for Borny. Anyway, and now we have Chelsea, and I don't want to start over. I just don't want to start over. There we go. There we go. I've done a plan to do dungeons. I haven't done any dungeons, and I'm not going to plan on any dungeons with her. Not on the hardcore server. No. Reason for that is quite simple. Since I play solo, I would have to go with a random group, and I just don't... I just don't trust random groups enough to say, you know what, let's do a dungeon. Why not? If I could die with her without problems, I would be like, you know what, okay, sure, why not? But not on a hardcore server. No. Let's go and focus on some work. See you later, canininos. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Yes, this is the right way. Not like last time. When I was trying to get to the flight trainer and went to the Horde one and attacked him. And was actually very confused.
What? Fastest griffins this side of Airy Peak.
Why I was dead then. That was yeah. It was like, what the hell? Why did you do that? Wait. Oh. Oh. I might see the problem here. Yeah. Hi, Dreamwalker. Hello. Okay. Now we got everything that we wanted. Open up the flight point and all. And I don't know why I jumped down, because I actually wanted to see if we can fly back to Red Ridge. Red Ridge. You have those rocks? What? What rocks? These ones? What do you mean you have those? This one? In your home?
Fastest griffins this side of Airy Peak. Want to take a ride?
Connected. Actually, we can go to Sentinel Hill because we also have the Legend of Stalvan. But no, let's go to Lakeshire.
Very good.
There we go. Made it. The striped ones. Nice. The only thing I have from WoW is actually a treasure chest, a 3D printed treasure chest, a small one. That friends made for me with the Horde logo, and you can open it up and put little stuff in it, and that's actually, yeah, that's the only thing that I got in real life from WoW. I do have the tankard from the Prancing Pony though. 2 of them. Rampu's sister gave them to us as a Christmas present. You need one of these for your Switch games? I don't know if they would fit, but well, not in the one that I have. But yeah, that's, if you have the opportunity to do that, do that. That's actually quite cool, and it's a nice present for someone who likes WoW. Hey, don't go too don't go too close to Gromgoy. No, what are you doing? Do you wanna kill us? Panic! Don't do that! Went to BlizzCon a couple of times, got some cool stuff. Yeah, I believe that. I believe that. I haven't gone to any cons. The one that I wanted to go to was the TwitchCon, and then COVID came, and after that I never considered going to any cons. Instead I moved here. Well, was a good trade-off. Okay, let's leave Duskwood behind and focus on going a little bit further into the Red Ridge Mountains. Perfect. Oh, see the amount of quests that we have open here now. So many. So
The Blackrock
many.
clan must be destroyed. The enemy has invaded our lands. These mountains fall under the sovereign right of the King of Stormwind. Our sources tell us that the leaders of each unit within the clan are known as champions. You'll find them in their encampment to the north, just west of the road to the Burning Steps. Magistrate Solomon wants these foul brutes dead. Slay 15 Blackrock champions and return to me. Rethbin ore is named after the man who first found it, Bart Rethbin. When smelted, it's not as strong as iron, but its ore has a dark, flat color that some scribes use in their dyes. It can be found in the Rethbin caverns north of here. We usually have some in stock, but we're too busy preparing for orc attacks to gather any. And besides, Redridge Gnolls are now living in the Rethbin caverns, and their drudgers are gathering the ore themselves. So if you need some, you'll have to get it yourself. Adventurer, the Gnolls are still out there. I can hear their baying as they hunt in the hills above Lakeshire, and one cry is louder than the rest. Yowler, their leader. Kill Yowler and send his pack scattering. Bring me his paw as proof. And be careful. This Gnoll is their leader for a reason. He is no mongrel. An enemy of Stormwind has taken up residence in the eastern foothills of Redridge. This wicked villain uses the arcane to spread terror and misery upon our town and our people. Under the name Morganth, he conducts his evil business. Morganth now controls the Shadowhide Gnoll clan to perform his biddings, as stated by the law of Lakeshire. Aiding a criminal of the kingdom is punishable by death. These vile Gnolls must be killed. Turn in 10 Shadowhide pendants to me, and you shall be rewarded.
And you shall be rewarded. Give you furniture for doing quests, dungeons, achievements, all kinds of stuff. Legion has so much furniture to get.
Once again, my garden was trampled and pillaged.
Legion.
And I know the brute who is doing it. It's that forsaken boar, the one
Legion.
Marshal Maris has taken to calling Bellygrub. I won't be able to replant the daffodils until next season now. Ruined, all ruined by that one menacing boar. Put an end to that pest. Show me his tusk and I'd be happy to reward you. He seems to spend his time foraging in the fields southwest of Lakeshire, but occasionally he roams over here and into my garden.
Tisk. Legion, yeah, I know, the expansion. I think I'm among the 10 people who hated Legion. Yeah, everybody else loved it. And I think there was 10, maybe 20 people who said Legion is, no thank you. Worst expansion ever. And I'm one of them. Yeah, I really don't like Legion. That expansion gave me absolutely nothing. You loved Warlords of Draenor? Me too! The garrison was super fun. Yeah, I like that garrison as well. Actually, for me, I stopped liking the expansions when they became all too bubbly. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that I don't like the housing. I don't like everything around that housing. Meaning retail? I don't like that every 2 meters something plops up. A new quest, a new side quest, a new thing that you can do with a group. And then you have to do something here. And oh yeah, do the dragon racing. And then you... Let me just play the game, please.
What are you looking for?
Well
See you
met.
around.
Light
Just want to
bless you.
play the game, please. All right, my dear gremlins, this is it for WoW today. We went way overboard. We are going to continue this tomorrow, 8 AM CET. If you want to see it in your time zone, below the stream is the schedule where you can see it. I'm going to be back in about little over 3 hours at 4 PM CET when we are finishing off Graveyard Keeper, right? So be there, or be square. And if you don't want to see Graveyard Keeper, then maybe come back tomorrow morning 8 AM CET when we are continuing with Chelsea in Redridge Mountain, doing some stuff and all that. I wish you a wonderful time in between. Thank you so much for hanging out, for all the follows and raids, and for your support and for being awesome. And I hope I see you later. Up until then, I'm out of here. Bye bye.